I'm here to talk to you today from one of the most uncomfortable chairs like I've ever sat in. This thing is like moving on me. Sitting on a freaking living person. Okay, I'm here to talk to you because the Beatles rock band is released on Wednesday, 9/9/09. It's a throw to the Beatles fans for Revolution 9 and everything built around that. And also because that's the same day they're releasing all 13 of their original albums, which I have right here, every single one of their originally released albums. They're remastering it and putting it in a box set. So yes, so I'm going to go through each album and I'm going to tell you my favorite song from each album, and I'm going to go through tell you what's my favorite albums. So the first album they ever released, 1963, Please Please Me. This song has I Saw Her Standing There, Misery, Anna, Go to Him, Chains, Boys, Ask Me Why, Please Please Me, Love Me Do, P.S. I Love You, Baby It's You, Do I Know a Secret, A Taste of Honey, There's a Place, and Twist and Shout. Now this is a remarkable first album. For bands that put out their first album, this thing is just great. It's probably one of my least favorite Beatles albums, but it's still just absolutely amazing. My favorite song on here probably is Please Please Me, or I Saw Her Standing There. I can't decide on this one. All the songs are pretty good. I do like There's a Place and A Taste of Honey, but it's probably between a Please Please Me and I Saw Her Standing There. So this is all such a great album. Their second released album from 1963 is With the Beatles. With the Beatles is It Won't Be Long, All I've Got to Do, All My Lovin', Don't Bother Me, Little Child, Till There Was You, Please Mr. Postman, Roll Over Beethoven, Hold Me Tight, You Really Got a Hold on Me, I Want to Be Your Man, Devil in Her Heart, Not a Second Time, and Money, That's What I Want. So true, right? This is probably before, like, the Rock and Roll Beatles. Rock and Roll Beatles is basically from Help, back on those first couple albums from 1965 and before Rubber Soul, right before Rubber Soul. This is probably one of my favorite albums from them then, because I like it a lot better than Please Please Me, and it's just such a great album. So my favorite song on here is, I've got a lot of favorites on here. Maybe Please Mr. Postman. I just really like the way that song goes. It really, gets me going. It's such a cool song. Yeah, that's probably my favorite song off of this album, and this album is just great. The album released in 1964, sparking the amazing classic black and white movie, A Hard Day's Night. Obviously has A Hard Day's Night, I Should Have Known Better, If I Fell, I'm Happy Just to Dance With You, and I Love Her, Tell Me Why, Can't Buy Me Love, Anytime at All, I'll Cry Instead, Things We Said Today, When I Get Home, You Can't Do That, and I'll Be Back. This is such a great album. I'll show you the inside. All the CDs are really basic. It's from Apple Corp. They're John Lennon and Paul McCartney created company. My favorite song in here, it's kind of obvious that it's A Hard Day's Night, probably followed by Things We Said Today. Can't Buy Me Love's a great song too, and so is I Should Have Known Better. They're all fantastic songs, and this is a fantastic album. Next, I have one of my favorite Beatles pictures as the front cover, and it's Beatles for Sale 1964. Again, they do a lot of albums in a short time. Alright, this is No Reply, I'm a Loser, Baby He's in Black, Rock and Roll Music, I'll Follow the Sun, Mr. Moonlight, Medley, which is Kansas City, Hey, 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 8 Days a Week, Words of Love, Honey Don't, Every Little Thing, I Don't Want to Spoil the Party, What You're Doing, Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby. Now my favorite one from this album is probably 8 Days a Week. It's just a fantastic song, and these are the basic Beatles. These are just Beatles at their most basic, lovey-dovey, rock and rollness. When it was just lyrics and guitar, that's what it was, and it's still so great. Next, also inspired a movie is Help, the Beatles' Help. Help, the night before, you've got to hide your love away. I need you, another girl, you're going to lose that girl. Ticket to Ride, act naturally, it's only love. You like me too much, tell me what you see. I've just seen a face. Yesterday and Dizzy Miss Lizzie. My favorite one from here, besides Help, because Help is just a classic song, probably Yesterday. Yesterday and Help are my favorite songs before. I do also love The Night Before. That is a great song. This is starting the Beatles to get better. Each album they get better and better, and Help. And a great movie to go with it. Next we have the Revolution every album, Rubber Soul. I love this. It's probably my third favorite Beatles album. It's such a fantastic album. This really is where the Beatles stepped out of being rock and roll and were put into classic rock. This really started the time period of classic rock. It changed the whole way you hear music and basically just changed, you know, it wasn't just guitar and lyrics anymore. It was different. Revolver even changed that more. That's the next album. My favorite song from here is In My Life. It's a beautiful, beautiful song, followed closely by either I'm Looking Through You, The Word, or Run For Your Life, and Nowhere. I can't even decide. In My Life's definitely my favorite from this album. One of my favorite songs ever, actually. Just so beautiful. Next, we have another revolutionary album, Revolver. Revolver even gets more into that. It's more than just guitar and singing. It is something different. It's beautiful songwriting. It's Beatles. These three albums from 1965 to 1967, with 1966 in there, are Rubber Soul, Revolver, and next Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is such an amazing album. It features my first Beatles song I ever heard, which was Eleanor Rigby, which is a Paul McCartney song and is absolutely fantastic. So, my favorite song from this album is either Eleanor Rigby or Tomorrow Never Knows. I really, really love this album. It features Yellow Submarine. Everybody thinks Yellow Submarine came from the album Yellow Submarine, but no, it's from Revolver. Next is Rolling Stones declared greatest album of all time, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It is a mouthful. That's what she said. It is just a beautiful album featuring Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, With a Little Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Getting Better, Fixing a Hole, She's Leaving Home, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, Within You, Without You, When I'm 64, Lovely Rita, Good Morning, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Reprise, and A Day in the Life. A Day in the Life is definitely my favorite out of this entire album. It's the beautiful album. It's definitely the greatest album ever made. And A Day in the Life is probably my second favorite Beatles song, next to Revolution, which not features on an album. It was a single released. I can't even talk that much about this album. It's just so fantastic. I wanted to show you guys this. This is some of the most beautiful artwork ever for an album. Next is the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour, featuring Magical Mystery Tour, The Fool in the Hill, Flying, Blue Jay Way, Your Mother Should Know, I Am the Walls, Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Baby You're a Rich Man, and All You Need Is Love. This features some classic lovey-dovey Beatles songs that are all trippy and awesome. Now this was probably one of the Beatles albums that was looked down upon and people thought was, but anything compared to this is not going to seem good. But I still love this album. My favorite from it is All You Need Is Love, it also has Strawberry Fields Forever, Hello Goodbye, and I Am the Walrus, all great songs. It feels so repetitive because it's a great or fantastic album for all of them. They all really are great. I can never pick out a bad Beatles song. The two-part, the White Album, self-named, called The Beatles, but it's called the White Album. It's got two parts, one disc and a second disc. So, my favorite song from the first disc is probably Back in the USSR, or While My Guitar Gently Leaves. Happiness is Warm Gun is a great song too, and Rocky Raccoon. I can't even decide. This song, the Beatles just so great. They have a song called Why Don't We Do It in the Road? Because there's cars, John. So next we have the part 2, which my favorite song from there is this features Revolution 9, which is an experimental album. Experimental song. People take the song seriously. This is supposed to be a real song. No, it's an experimental for sounds and stuff like that. And it's also awesome if you listen to it backward. Creepy. My favorite song from here is either Birthday or Helter Skelter. I love the second part of this not as much as I love the first part, but it's still great. Next is more of a soundtrack from the movie Yellow Submarine, 1969. My favorite song from here, because I have to exclude Yellow Submarine and All You Need Is Love, because they were already featured on our other albums, and I don't want to mention the orchestrated music because I'm not counting that here. So I'll choose from Only Another Song, All Together Now, Hey Bulldog, and It's All Too Much. I have to say Hey Bulldog or It's All Too Much. They're both just two great songs. I'll let you guys listen to the beginning of Hey Bulldog once, or look it up. Just tell me the beginning does not sound like it should be in the James Bond movie. It's like bound, down, nah. So next we have Abbey Road, one of the most famous Beatles pictures ever, with them walking across. Also gives evidence to the Paul is Dead theory, which is crazy. So my favorite song from here is either Come Together, This is such a great album because it shows the Beatles intertwining unfinished songs. They wrote songs and recorded songs in the studio on Abbey Road that they never finished, and they eventually stringed them all together to create this awesome, like, 10-song loop that just all intertwine, which is great. And if you didn't know that the songs were changing, you would just think it's like 2 or 3 big songs. The final album, Let It Be. My favorite song from this album is, I never can decide. I probably Get Back, or actually Let It Be, obviously, but Get Back's also up there because it's their final song, and I Me Mine, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was their first song ever recorded without John there, and it's a George Harrison song. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. It's the